Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Marami sa ating mga kababayan ang nangangamba ngayon kung safe pa bang magbiyahe dito sa Amerika dahil sa lumalalang anti-immigrant crackdown o mga naririnig ninyong balita tungkol sa mga kaso ng mga nadidetain sa airport. Ito po ang mainit na topic na pag-uusapan natin ngayong araw. Bakit nga ba kaya nangyayari ang mga ito? Ito ay dahil sa isang Executive Order 14161 protecting the United States from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats. Under this order, nagkaroon ng enhanced screening and vetting sa lahat ng government agencies para daw vet aliens to the maximum degree possible. Questioning of travelers and vetting to the highest degree possible. Yan ang standard sa airport at dahil heightened security ngayon or scrutiny ngayon, mas malawak na ang investigasyon nila. Pati na ngayon, ang past immigration history mo gaano pa katagal or yung mga criminal record mo gaano pa katagal. Secondary inspection, ang ibig sabihin nito, so after primary inspection, kung may pagdududa, ang CBP officer sa airport, kung papasukin ka nga sa Amerika o hindi, pwede kang matanong uli sa isang interview area sa airport. Sasabihin nila, punta ka muna doon sa meron pang another interview. Yan ang secondary inspection. Pwedeng na red flag ka or random questioning lang. Kahit sino pwedeng mapunta sa secondary inspection. Mga non-immigrant visa holders, mga green card holders, at saka even US citizen. Hindi ibig sabihin na may problema kaagad pag na-secondary ka, pero expect na ma-hold ka from a few minutes to several hours habang iniimbestigahan ka. Sa secondary inspection, CBP can ask you questions, collect biographic and biometric data. They can check your immigration or criminal history. Importante sa border search, may exemption. Walang full protection ng Fourth Amendment right laban sa search and seizure. Ano ibig pong sabihin nito? Ang ibig sabihin, CBP may search your phone, laptop, iPad, pati email, kung ano man social media mo, even without a warrant. At kung may nabasa sila na lumabas na issue, ito ay pwedeng mangyari. Mandatory detention, no bail, or hintay ng hearing. Expedited removal, padadala ka sa next flight or released to face immigration court. What are your rights during secondary inspection? You have the right to ask for your lawyer kahit sabihin pa nilang you cannot have one at that moment. You have the right to call your consulate. You have the right to review all the documents in a language you understand. You have the right to refuse to sign documents you don't agree with. And even if CBP says you don't have the right to a lawyer, it is important to request one para ma-record sa file that you requested one, especially if there is a criminal charge. Pag-usapan naman natin ang mga green card holders or lawful permanent residents. Generally, pwede naman sila papasukin as a returning resident kung walang issue. Okay? Pero kung may ground of inadmissibility, pwede silang ma-classify as arriving alien. Anong arriving alien na yan? Arriving alien kapag sila ay nag-abandon ng US residence, lumampas sa 180 days na absent sila sa Amerika na without re-entry permit or without any proper or reasonable ground kung bakit sila nasa abroad. Because may mga excuses naman, di ba? Pwede naman sabihin nila nagkasakit sila, like during the COVID era, during the pandemic, excuse yun na lumampas sila ng 180 days. So, they are not actually considered as arriving aliens. Another reason, illegal activity after leaving US, criminal conviction falling under INA 1182A2. For example, crimes involving moral turpitude, multiple criminal convictions, drug trafficking, human trafficking, money laundering. Yan, pwedeng mangyari dito yung mga tatlong D, dehumanize, detain, or deport. Example nito, there was this Filipino who is a long-time resident in Seattle, pero pagpasok niya, as a green card. Nakita nila that there was a criminal case after she was issued a visa. So, nagiging ground yan for removal. But that person has a right to a hearing. Kaya I'm sure that she can have some relief from removal. And hopefully there's not going to be a removal order that is going to be issued by the immigration judge. What I'm trying to say is meron naman mga defenses for green card holders if ever they are going to be put in removal proceedings. Let's talk about abandonment of green card. Kung sinabihan ka ng CBP na pinabayaan mo ang green card mo dahil sa tagal ng absence mo or overstaying ka na sa Pilipinas, huwag basta pumirma po ng 407 or form. Hindi automatic na mawawala ang green card mo dahil lang sa tagal ng stay mo sa Pilipinas. Only an immigration judge can decide abandonment after a full hearing. So you may refuse to sign that 407. And if you don't agree, wala hong negative effect yon kung hindi kayo pipirma o tatanggi kayong pumirma sa form na yan. Ngayong alam mo na ang mga risk, is it safe to travel and return to the US? Ngayong panahon na to, ang masasabi ko kung hindi naman po emergency or essential ang biyahe, iwasan ang pag-travel, especially if you fall in one of those categories that I mentioned. Focus na lang sa pag-secure ng iyong status. Mag-apply ng citizenship if qualified or solidify your green card status. Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. Stay safe, stay informed, and God bless. Kung may karagdagan kayong katanungan, tumawag lang or mag-text sa amin 415-397-0808. Email us at lo@tansinko.com or visit our website, tansinko.com. Hanggang sa susunod, magkita-kita po tayo. Ako si Attorney Lou Tansinko, sandigan ng bawat imigranteng Pilipino dito lang sa Pusong Pinoy sa Amerika. Hanggang sa muli po nating pagkikita, maraming salamat po.